Hi Carole. So I'm going to go through some of the moves that we did together when we were on the Thinking Pianist course. I'll do them, I'll speak them, and at least then you'll be able to see them. So you'll have the visual clue and you'll also have the audible clue. So you could watch it a couple of times, you could do it along with me, you could see how you go by yourself. Okay, so we're going to start in tabletop. It's quite a nice place to start, particularly if you're doing this first thing in the morning. And you might just want to arch and curve your back a little bit. Inhaling, lengthen through the front of the spine. Lift the chin, but keep in mind what John says about lengthening the back of the neck. And then as you breathe out, belly pulls strongly in towards spine, and you can tuck your chin slightly. Inhaling, gently arching. Exhaling, we're looking at the lower belly, so from the navel downwards, pulling back and up. And you can move your attention to different parts of the body, depending what you want your focus to be. Remember to have the fingers slightly spread. Press into the pad of the little finger, into the little finger, the ring finger, then the pad of the thumb, the index finger. Reach out through the middle finger. Do that for both hands. You can have the hands slightly turned out to allow some more space in the shoulders. And then we're going to tuck the toes from here, come into downward facing dog. Downward facing dog is a back extension. If you have your knees a little bit bent, you can lift your hips a bit higher and further back behind you. Heels don't have to come down onto the floor. Take an inhale and reach one leg up behind you. Keep the toes sort of pushing downwards. To have the external rotation, you can turn the toes out, bend the knee, and you'll get a really nice stretch through the front of the hip. And you can just make little movements here. And then take the leg back into neutral rotation, pushing the heel to the ceiling. And then as you exhale, bend the knee, bring it close towards your chest, and shift your shoulders forward. So you come into a three-legged plank. And then reach back again. Inhaling, lengthening, exhaling, engage the belly, knee into chest. Inhale again, lift, and exhale, knee into chest, shift the shoulders forward, and then from here, step the foot forward. Drop the back knee down, reach your arms up, and you're in your lunge pose. Lengthen here first, and then you're taking your arm down towards your thigh. You can reach over. So I have the right leg forward, right forearm on thigh, lengthen through the left side and lean over. And then you can do your circles. Reach down, think about bending the elbow, coming up and down. Bend the elbow. So you get some really good rotation in the shoulder. And then you can do it the opposite direction. Reach up and the elbow, go back behind you. Sweep the arm down. Lift up and the elbow, go back behind you. Maybe about 3 times. And then from here, we're going to step back into downward facing dog and do the other side. So lift up, opposite leg. Maybe bend the knee. It's like you're going to turn your knee out and up towards the ceiling. Find length through the side of the body. Then come back to neutral rotation. Knee points down. Extend the foot. Pull the belly in. Knee to chest. Shift the shoulders forward. Pull and then stretch back behind you. Pull the belly in. Knee to chest. Shoulders shift forward. Reach back out. Pull the belly in, knee to chest, shift the shoulders forward. Now, if from here your foot just comes down to here, rather than here, it's just a matter of practice. You're shifting, and there's a little bit of oomph and momentum. Think about there being a ball in front of you, and you need to kick it. Wherever it comes down, you can hold the foot, bring it down. Here you are, back into your lunge pose. We'll take the side stretch, so forearm on thigh, lengthen through the opposite side, extend over. And then from here, you can start to sweep your circles and go in one direction. Every time you exhale, think about pulling your belly back and up, and it will support your core. And then we can go in the opposite direction. inhaling spaciousness into your spine. So we'll just do that about 3 times again. And then from here, we're going to come back into downward facing dog. Pedal out the legs. And then I'm going to come into plank position. Bend the elbows and the knees, lift the hips high and roll yourself forward. You'll come quite far forward. You might need to just push your legs back. Hips are slightly lifted, so don't push into your back. Lift hips. Bend the elbows, come all the way down to the ground. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, lower, and then you can push yourself back into child's pose. And take a few breaths. And then we're going to look at the space between the hands. Come back into downward facing dog and step the feet between the hands. Bend the knees. To roll to standing, you keep your knees bent. Pull your belly in. Think about unfurling. We're going to take the back of the hands together, bring the elbows up, reach the arms up, then straighten the legs, and exhale, release down. So I think I'm decapitated here, but it doesn't matter. Inhale. Reach your arms up. Exhale. Release forward. Fingertips to shins. Look forward. And then as you exhale, we're going to step back into downward facing dog. From here, let's inhale. Reach one leg up. Exhale. Knee to chest. Shifting the shoulders forward. Inhale. Lift up and back. Exhale. Knee to chest. Plank. Inhale. Last time. Stretch out. Knee to chest, maybe pause for a beat, and then step the foot forward. And again, if the foot comes down to here, grab hold of the ankle, bring the foot forward. And again, we can come into our lunge pose here. We're going to take the hands down, and then we're going to do the strengthening for the back of the hamstrings. So we're going to come back into tabletop pose. Lift the back knee. Push the foot towards the ceiling. So you can see my foot is flexed here. Remember to be careful of your hands, your wrists. If you want, you can come up onto your fingertips. Pulses. So you're pulsing, don't drop the knee down, keep the knee about hip height, and work up and down from there. And then do this until you do feel quite fatigued. You'll feel this in your bottom, you'll feel this in your hamstrings. I'm going to do a few more times. And then I'm going to bring the knee to the chest, take the foot forward, walk the heel out, and then push the heel away from me. I'm going to get a stretch through the back of the leg there. Keep the bottom up, don't be tempted to sink back. And then from here, bend the knee. We can take our lunge pose again. And then come back into downward facing dog. Lifting the back leg, stepping back. Opposite side. Lengthen, knee to chest. Lengthen, knee to chest in plank. Lengthen, knee to chest. You're in plank, hold just for a brief moment, and then step the foot forward. So you come through your lunge, hand down, and then we'll take the leg back behind us. And again, pulses. Knees down towards the floor. The temptation sometimes to take the knee out to the side is a different exercise. I'll maybe show you that one next year. So remember, we're doing this one really to strengthen the attachments, the hamstrings to the gluteus. Come up on your fingertips if you need. Be careful of your wrists. And again, just sort of, you could time yourself. Maybe sort of do 20 seconds of this and increase to 30. When you're doing it, keep the belly pulling in towards the spine so you don't put pressure onto your back. Knee to chest, foot comes forward, lengthen out through the back of the leg. Give it a nice stretch. Be gentle, don't overdo it. And then place the foot down, come back into your lunge. Exhale, release forward. We're going to step back into downward facing dog. We're going to come back through a plank, lower down to the ground, take a back bend, and then push back into downward facing dog. Take a couple of breaths here, see how you feel. Look at the space between your hands. Step between your hands. Fingertips to shins, look forward. Exhale, fold. Now if you want to press to standing, you can take your hands on your hips maybe. Pull the belly in towards the spine. Little bend of the knees so you can press your feet into the ground, and that'll help you lift up. Reach your arms And then exhale, release down. So I'm going to do one last one with one of the other stretches that we did. Inhale, reach up, exhale, fold. Step back, no, let's do fingertips to shins, look forward, lengthen the spine, then fold and step back, downward facing dog. So we did a pose standing to stretch the back of the legs. Let's lift up through the back leg. You could do knee to chest, step the foot forward. We're going to place the back foot down, keep the front knee bent, press into the feet, come up. This is warrior one. From here, we're going to take the hands on the hips. Now I have the right leg forward. My right hip might want to push forward. I'm going to manually bring it back behind me and then lean down. Take the hands either side of the foot. You can also clasp your hands behind you, maybe reach the arms up, or you can take your hands on your hips. You choose. And then from here, stretch out. Back leg is completely straight. You can have a bend in the front knee. Try and ground into the back heel. And just come to the position where you can. Watch again for that hip. It will want to come forward. So the leg that's going forward, the bottom will want to come forward. Release the side of the bottom back. And then from here we'll bend the knee. Press into the feet. Come back into warrior one. Hands down, step back, downward facing dog. And then opposite side, lift up, knee to chest. You can do some more of these if you would like. Step the foot forward, bring the ankle forward if you need to. Place the back foot down. Toes are coming out slightly, back heel is pressed into the ground. Back leg straight, bend in the front knee, pull the belly in, come up. Warrior one. Exhale, let's fold forward. Now, my left hip wants to come forward. I'm going to push it back. You can see the angle that happens in my hips when I do that. So that's when I'm not engaging, that's when I am. Length through both sides of the waist. Again, to time it, you can time it maybe using your breath. Stay for 5, 10 breaths, you choose. And then when you're done, bend the front knee, keep the back leg straight. Press into your feet, pull the belly in, and that will give you the momentum to come back up. Exhale, hands down. Downward facing dog. Pedal out the legs. Drop the knees to the ground. Take child's pose. And then to finish your practice, come and lie down on your back. And just take a minute or so here. So I hope you enjoy these sequences. You can put them together. So you can add all the exercises in to do at once. Play about with the sequence. And if you have any queries, give me a call, drop me an email. Don't do anything that hurts you. And if you're worried about anything that might hurt you or worried about the form, then let's be in touch. Hopefully, I'll see you next year anyway. Take care. Bye.